Hey, why are you playing the inferior version of Wave Race 64? Because there's a Japanese version of the game that's even better, and you can play it for yourself right now on Nintendo Switch. And that's because it's actually the Shindo Pak Taiõ version. Did I say that right? Which is a second version of the game that released only in Japan. And it's basically Wave Race 64 2.0, as it includes several new features and some tweaks too. Things like Rumble Pack support, new time trial ghosts, music remixes, new announcer dialogue,
Great spirit!
and even some tweaked sound effects too. But before we show all of that off, let's get to what really matters. How do you actually play it without having to import it? Well, it's actually super easy if you have a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack subscription. All you have to do is create a second My Nintendo account at my.nintendo.com and select Japan for its region. Then sign into it on your Nintendo Switch using a new profile. You can now use that profile to access the Japanese eShop and download its version of the Nintendo 64 Switch Online app. Now, unfortunately, the icon looks identical to all the other regions, so try not to get it confused. And that's it, as you'll find the newer, better version of Wave Race 64 inside, starting with Rumble support. And it is awesome. You'll now feel the impact of every splashdown, or the resistance of a sharp turn. And when combined with the already impressive visuals and audio design, it will further immerse you into the action. It's almost like you're holding onto an actual jet ski, especially if you're using a Nintendo 64 Switch controller, which provides a stronger, more authentic Rumble experience. Next, time trials now let you race against your best time in Ghost form. Well, Ghost Dolphin form, making it both a lot more fun and also easier to see how you can improve your time. But do be aware that on Switch, you can only keep a single ghost at a time, and it will disappear if you quit or reset the game without using a save state. Third, 3 of the music tracks have been remixed, including Sunny Beach, Port Blue, and Southern Island. Now, whether or not they're actually better than the original game is more of a matter of taste. But at the very least, it is fun to hear new takes on these classic tracks. But hey, let's stop talking and do some listening, as we start off with the original music before following up with the new remixes. And first up is Sunny Beach. And then Port Blue. And finally, Southern Island. Not bad, right? Finally, we have some sound changes. Starting with the female announcer in the menus, who's been replaced with what appears to be a native Japanese speaker, although it's still in English.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
But for better or worse, the in-game announcer is the same person as before.
Nice!
Which is awesome in my case because I love that guy. But this time he actually has some brand new lines, like
Warm up your engines!
or
Great spirit!
and this.
Let's go first!
And there's even more where that came from. Let me just say, it's good to hear something new from him after 25 years of
Good! Cool! Okay!
It's all good stuff. And last but not least, a few sound effects have been changed, such as the sound for passing by a buoy correctly. I probably prefer the original sound effect in this case, but it's so minor it doesn't really matter. Perhaps the only downside to playing the Japanese version is that most of the menus are in fact in Japanese. but they're still pretty easy to find your way around, especially if you're familiar with any other version, as everything's still in the same order. And there you have it, everyone. That's why you should play the Japanese version of Wave Race on Nintendo Switch. Let me tell you, as a huge fan of Wave Race 64, it's been a blast revisiting this classic now with a few tweaks, as it made it feel just a little fresh again. And with that, thanks for watching, and of course stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Wave Race 64 and everything else Nintendo Switch.